Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday, and hopefully you all had an awesome sales Thursday. I know I did. And today's going to be a quick recap of what I sold, and then I'm going to do a few how to pack things at the end. So if you want to see me pack some of this stuff, stay tuned to the end, and hopefully that'll be a little bit of valuable information for some of you who have asked things like how do you ship the DVD VCR combo units, stuff like that. So anyways, hopefully I can make this interesting, and I'll do my best. If I do, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. But let's take a look at what's sold. All right, let's start with some of the big stuff. I sold Mr. Furby here. He is a first edition original, sold for $100, free shipping, and I picked him up for $10 at a yard sale. What he's sitting on is a DVD VCR combo unit. I ended up selling this one for $99.99, and I paid $5 for this at a yard sale. Everything works good, so I'm all good to go there. Let's see. The Proactive sold for $24.99. I paid $1 for that at a yard sale. The miniature furniture, those all sold separately, but sold for a total of $47.98. Paid $1.50 a piece for those at an estate sale, and I have all of those as well left to sell. Shadow of Mordor sold for $9.99. Paid $1 for that. So these two little rubber girl with beggar cup dolls, those sold for $21.99, and I paid about a quarter for those. They were in a big bag of toys from a Goodwill, so made out on those all right. Paid $1 for this. It is an aeronautical vest pocket handbook, and this sold for $10 on a best offer. I sold the Humphrey Hamster books for... Humphrey Hamster went for $24.99. I paid $2 for them. It's a whole bunch of books right there, so good on that. This is cassette on tape. I got a whole bunch of these in a lot of stuff that I paid $40 for last Saturday. Absolutely filled my car. If you haven't seen that video, feel free to go check that out. But this one piece sold for $14.99. I sold this Japanese dictionary for $25, and I paid $2.29 for that at a Goodwill. Paid $1 for this Proactive, and it sold for $21.99, and it's being drop shipped to somebody else. So this transmission manual for $29.69, and I paid 65 cents for this in a lot of transmission manuals. Sold this radio boom box. It is a Technodyne super bass. Ooh, that's not focusing very well. Anyways, this guy, I paid $5 for it at a garage sale, and it works, except the cassette part doesn't work, and this door's off, and it's a little funky. You might even be able to see some of it right there. If I open it, it actually kind of like falls off. So I listed it as is, 4 parts. And there were 0 of these sold, 0 of these listed. So I said, I'm going to shoot for the moon, and I listed it for $149.99. I got an offer of $115 and 80 cents. It was a really weird offer, $115.80. I'm assuming with shipping, they were just kind of rounding it, and I accepted it. So anyways, $115.80 plus shipping, and that'll be heading out the door. Sold Raiders of the Lost Ark on Laserdisc. I sold Earth, Wind, and Fire. I forget the name of this record. And I sold the Baha Men Who Let the Dogs Out record. And let's see, I'm just going to give you the total on all those because it was $9.99, $9.99, $5.99, and I paid 10 cents, $1, and $1. I sold this City Force fire truck, and I paid $4.49 for this at a Goodwill, and this sold for $42.39, $42.39 plus like $40 in shipping, and there's no way it's going to cost that, so I'll get it eat a little bit of that back into the profits for some of the things. Not much of this has free shipping, but like that has free shipping, that has free shipping, that has free shipping, but they're all medium mail and it's $2.89, so it's like $9 worth of shipping right there. So no big deal. And then I sold these window clings. These sold as a lot for $44.99, and I paid basically a nickel a piece for these in a big giant lot. So let's see here, they're all like Halloween related. So that guy, that guy, that guy, come on, that guy, he's the coolest one, I think. And that one. And those didn't totally fit, but I didn't have a way to sell them separately. Well, I guess I could have, but I figured that would be the easiest way to lot those up together. And $44.99 or $44.99, and I am definitely happy with that. And I have a few other things that are already packed up, so I'll have to cover this. But in this box here, there is $189.99 controllers. They're like flight controllers for flight simulation, and I'll pop it up on the screen so you can see what they are. But the buyer asked me to have them shipped immediately, or they wanted to cancel, and around a little bit. And so I went ahead and did it because I've sold these 3 times. This is the 3rd time I've sold this. I've never got to ship it. The first 2 times, the buyer bought it, paid for it, and then canceled it within 3 minutes. Sent a cancellation request, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. So this one, it's the 3rd time it sold, and I told my wife, I said, I should go hurry up and pack that thing real quick before they send me a cancellation request. And it was like 11 o'clock at night when they paid for it, and I was like, nah, they're not going to bother with that. And so the next morning, which was yesterday, I was out at estate sales and I got a notification at 10:30 a.m. If you don't ship this within the next 2 hours, I want to cancel and get my money back. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I sent him a message and I said, I'll have it shipped today, which I did. I shipped it. It's just not at the post office yet. So anyways, it shipped and they got a tracking number and it'll be at the post office today. So no big deal, but I'm happy with that. And then I ended up dropping an Amazon video on Wednesday instead of a what sold. It hasn't really done that well, so maybe you guys aren't interested in seeing the Amazon stuff. If you are, go back and check it out. I show you what I'm selling on Amazon right now. But if not, then maybe I'll just not make Amazon videos. So I don't know, I'll make a few more and just see, maybe that one just wasn't a good one. But so anyways, there's a few what solds that I didn't get to talk about. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but I'll tell you about a few highlights of some of the bigger things that sold between now and then. Let's see, I sold a New Wave. It's like a hot plate convection cooktop, guess, whatever. I don't know. It's a little New Wave cooker. Sold for $59.99. I paid $10 for that at a yard sale. Did pretty well. I sold a walkie-talkie, CB walkie-talkie radio for $69.99. Get off my screen. $69.99, and I paid $5 for that. And I put a little short out on this on YouTube, and I think I did it on Instagram, but anyways, I priced this thing at $59.99, and I had like 15 watchers immediately, and so I raised the price to $69.99 instead of sending offers, and it sold. So pro tip, if you get a whole bunch of watchers, raise that price, don't send offers. So anyways, that was good. I sold a book from 1888, and I took a best offer on this. I listed it for $150. I didn't know what the thing was worth. There was nothing similar to it, so I just shot for the moon, and sometimes you do that and you win. And I paid $2 for this at an estate sale, and I took a best offer of $60, which I'm still very happy with. And then I sold a bunch of other random stuff for another $100 or so. So anyways, total sales since the last recap that you saw is a little over $1,100, $1,108.67, minus a few small things that I just didn't count in there. And then my total cost of goods for everything that I showed you today, and for those couple that I just talked to you about right there, was $81.74. So anyways, I'm going to pack some of the small, easy stuff just to clear. So some of this, you don't want to know how to pack that or that or that or that or that, because those are just stupid easy. But we'll see. We'll pack maybe some of the more exciting stuff and see if we can make this video a little more exciting. So bear with me. All right, just for fun, if anyone's curious, you can hear my baby crying out there. For the transmission manuals, I've been sliding them in these white mailers or envelopes, but I don't trust them, so then I slide it into a poly bag and just seal that shut. So these actually fit really well. I need to get a tripod or something. Hang on. So there we go, slid in there just fine, and then you'll just peel it and fold it over. That's how you ship the transmission manuals. All right, let's do another one. Again, should be simple, but just in case you haven't, whenever I sell a video game and it's open, I take and cut a piece of bubble wrap and put it inside. It is to help keep the disc from being able to rattle and come loose. You can hear, well, maybe you can hear there's no rattle or anything. In a normal game, if you shake it around, there's a little bit of rattle and maybe it can move. And you just do 1 or 2 in there, depending on if it has the manual. If it has a manual, normally 1's good. If it doesn't, then you do 2. And then I slide them in these. It is a 6x10 mailer, and basically it's just going to slide right in. You want to be careful. They make ones that are like 6x9 that are DVD game size, whatever, but it's completely that size, and it needs to be a little bit bigger to have room for the game to slide in. So basically that's it. It's going to go in here. It's got bubble wrap on the mailer itself to keep it from getting jacked up. It's only a $10 game. If it was an expensive game, I'd put it in a box. So basically from here, I'm just going to fold this over, peel it. I put a little bit of extra tape on here, and then I am done with the game. All right, the miracles of editing. It is now folded over, threw a little piece of tape on there, and then I label everything as I go what it is. So I ship all at once. I pack everything and then I ship everything. So this makes it easy to just put the label on what it goes to. I'll pack everything, ship everything. Well, pack everything, then I weigh everything, then I ship everything. So anyways, let's keep going. All right, another little pro tip. If you have a lot of things, so I know that, and that at least are all going in the same size box, I'll start them. So I build already the 5 boxes that those are going in, so I can just bubble wrap and then smack it in, smack it in, smack it in, smack it in. For me, at least, I think that makes it go a little bit faster. These are all going to go in the same size boxes. For this might even go in a bubble mailer. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But anyways, the rest of these will go into a small box, which I've got some small boxes right here. I've got the other boxes right here. USPS boxes here. Anyway, so they're right quick and handy. And when I do these ones, I'll make 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 boxes. So pro tip, helps me. All right, so again, I don't have one of those chest mounts or anything yet. I need to buy one. I'm going to buy a new GoPro, and it'll make it easier. So anyways, something like this, I'm just going to bubble wrap around it a couple times. I leave it loose on the ends, and for the purpose of sticking it in the box and kind of folding it in. So now as I've done that, that's basically keeping it from being able to wiggle in the box, can't move, it's tight in there, and then I can just fold it over, tape it shut, and then this will be good to go. And then because it's in a brown box, one of the ones that I've purchased myself from eBay, this can go media mail. If it was in one of these or one of those, can't go media mail. So anyways, let me tape this shut, and it's going to be the same process for that one, and that one, and that one. All right, I will show one little extra step. This is the Proactive Cream, and it is sealed. It's taped shut, sealed shut all the way around it. But I put a little bit thicker bubble on that, and then even though it's going just into a box, I'm going to also slide it into a poly mailer, roll it up tight, and tape it shut. So in case something did pop or poke in through the box or whatever, there's just a little bit extra layer to keep it from leaking everywhere. So just a tip for liquids, or it's not really a liquid, but kinda. All right, let's do a record laser disc, whatever. So I have these record mailers. Basically, they'll fit a couple or up to 5 or something like that, I think, if you fold them over on this line. So normally I just fold them over on this line, and it's too thick, if you can see that, for just one record when you do just one. So what I do is I take 2 squares of bubble wrap, and I'll take something like, say, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and just smack it on it and fold it over to build up a little bit of thickness. And it doesn't have to go all the way perfect on it. And then you'll see it's going to line right up on it. And then you take and fold up the side, and then fold over the side. And then the same thing over here. So it's very hard to do with just one hand. Oh, it's folding on the wrong line. So you just fold it on that one, and then you'll take the other end, and it'll fold up and over. Ooh, this is difficult with one hand. And it goes like that. And then you'll just fold over the other side and tape it shut. So let me fold it over, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. All right, there it is. So I go one across here that folds all the way around, and then I do one on the edge that folds up and over to keep it tight there. So anyways, and then just label it. So that's Raiders of the Lost Ark. So let me do those 2, and we'll pack something else. All right, on the Furby, I went ahead and I wrapped it 2 wraps all the way around with the medium bubble from American Bubble Boy. That stuff right there. There's some. Anyway, so I used the thicker bubble on this, so there's a little more padding. And again, I left it long on the ends so I can just kind of tuck it in, and it makes it super tight. So like this box, shake it all around, it ain't going anywhere. But still, there's a little bit of space on each side all the way around it. And I'm just going to take packing paper and kind of fill in the gaps down there. Again, make this thing so it can't move anywhere, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the rest of this with more packing paper, and then I'll get it all taped shut. There, nah, it's not enough room. If there was a lot of room here, I might consider cutting the box down, but there's not really a lot of room from the top of this here. So anyways, I'm just going to fill in this, and then we'll tape it all shut. All right, so this is going to be significantly harder to show one-handed. Again, I need to get that tripod, so give me a like for doing all this one-handed. Anyway, so I'm using again the medium bubble wrap. It is the much thicker bubble. Hopefully you can see that on there. And I went ahead and I tore off about 8 feet of it. And what I do is I fold over on the front here. So there's a nice big wide area, at least double the width of the front of the unit. And I'm going to put that on here, and then that way I can fold it up, and no matter what, it'll always have the double, if not it'll be triple or quadruple bubble across here. So let me stick it on there, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so you can see it's still on the double, and then when I fold this up to start wrapping it, there's already 2 layers of bubble across the entire front and up over the corners all the way around. And then so what I'm going to do is I literally just take it and I start folding it and wrapping it, and that'll keep the bubble tight as I go. And then again, we'll just leave some of this loose on the sides, and we'll tape it shut at the end, and we'll go from there. So let me roll it, and well, let me see, I might try, hopefully, let's see if this works. So, boy, that's working there. And just roll it, and roll it. And so now we've got a nice tightly wrapped double bubble all the way around. It's loose here, just gonna tape that shut, and we'll show you the next step. All right, and there it is. One of the other things I do is I cut down a piece of cardboard that goes all the way around it, so it basically double walls it front, back, side to side. I've got the cables back here. This thing isn't moving anywhere, but you can see there's a little bit of gap here between the side. So I'm going to do another layer of bubble, and then I do another piece of cardboard, and then I'll tape it all shut. So you can see just a little bit, enough to put my finger in there, and you don't want any of that gap. So let me do that, and that's all we do for a DVD VCR combo. All right, and there it is. And one little extra step, I always put these arrow up stickers on them. It's not critical, but it's better for the VCRs and DVD combos, everything to stay upright like that. And if they do that, then again, it's great. And if not, at least it lets your buyer know that you did everything you could to get their package to them safely. So anyways, let's do one of these. Hey, and while I'm thinking about it, just to address it, for those of you wondering why I used those brown boxes on the big heavy stuff versus like these two right here where I said use the free priority boxes. When they get to the dimensions and weight that this is, FedEx is going to be a lot cheaper. So at those dimensions and weights, the post office is going to be cheaper, and this just comes from doing it with time. You kind of know what's going to happen, and I know for a fact that, you know, this is going to be 18 pounds. At this size, it's going to be like 20 bucks or less to send that with FedEx. If I ship this with the post office, it's going to be like $60. So that's the importance of having the different boxes and just kind of doing this with time. So anyways, just doing that. I did wrap up that radio. So I've got this in one of the same size boxes I put that DVD VCR in, and there is an awful lot of space in here. So this is not safe. See how that's moving all around in there? So I'm going to have to find some more void fill that in, and then this will be nice and good. And I'll double check. If I have a smaller box, I'll put this in a smaller box, but otherwise I'm going to double wall around it with some cardboard like I showed you on that one, and then we'll just void fill. All right, and there's the radio completely sealed, and I went ahead and added those arrow up stickers as well. So good to go. And now we have these guys, and I kind of half saved them for last because I'm not really sure how I'm going to pack those. So let me think about it for a minute, and let's do it. All right, so after thinking about it, I've decided that these are best to just kind of slightly roll, and I'm going to put them in one of these mailers right here. So the trick with these mailers is the inside, well, inside or outside, depending on how you flip it, there's Priority Mail Express, and there's Priority Mail. This is the small mailing tube, and basically we want to make sure that the Priority Mail is on the outside, because otherwise it's going to be excessively more money if that side is. So this is just going to fold along the edges, fold along all these edges, and then you fold in the ends. So these fold in like this, and then we'll tape it shut, and then that should give us a nice little triangle tube to mail in. So let me put it together, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so that's what it looks like all folded up. I put a lot of tape on the edges just to keep it sealed. I taped and sealed shut that edge. And now you've just got a nice tube to tuck it in. So I'm going to roll those up, stick a rubber band on them to keep them tight. Probably one on the top and one on the, well, maybe like, if you're going to do it like that, put one like right here and one like right here. So it's not just super tight in the middle. That'll distribute it a little bit evener. And evener, is that a word? I don't think that's a word. Anyways, I'll put it in here, and then I'm just going to go ahead. I probably won't cut this down any. It's only going to weigh 15.8 ounces or some stupid thing. I weighed it, and it was right at a pound, so I figured I might as well just go priority. They paid 50 bucks for these things anyway, so we'll make it a little bit nicer. But let me throw them in there and show you the finished product. All right, one last thing. I did want to show you, just since I was putting it in here and there was extra room, and I'm not going to cut it down, I put a half a sheet of medium bubble at the bottom, then I slid it in, and then I'm putting a half a sheet up here at the top. So it's not really going to move around much in there, but whatever it does is not going to get damaged. So one last tip. All right, I input all the small stuff, first class and USPS, and I'm just going to go ahead and have all these labels come off. I do them all at once. I've showed you this before. You can have it put right on the label what that one is. So that was Proactive. This was the Humphrey book collection. This one is Raiders of the Lost Ark, etc. Some golf clubs I got a list today. But anyways, let me get these done, and then I'm going to take you over here on the computer, and I'm going to show you the difference between FedEx and USPS. All right, hey, so if you're on your eBay page and you click on selling, you can see other, so print, labels, and ship, and this is where you can then go in and compare USPS to the post office, etc. So let's see, I'm going to do all three. I didn't pack that one yet. Shipping, purchase shipping label. And then you'll have the options here, so you can go ahead and input the dimensions, etc. So I know these two are 21 by 16 by 6, 21, 16 by 6. And let's see, the stereo is actually 8 pounds 8 ounces. The DVD player is 12 pounds 5 ounces. So you can see up here right now with priority mail selected for the stereo, it is $49.42. The buyer paid $30.65 and they're expecting it by May 28th. So you can come in here and you can click on that and you can see like FedEx home delivery is $20.58. And that's going to get it to them basically in that same time period. So going to save quite a bit of money. So what was that, 20 something dollars, and we'll make another 10 bucks on a buffer from that shipping anyways, and still get it to them in the same time period. Let's see, we'll do the one down here. So you can see this one, FedEx home delivery, is at $24.04. If I were to ship that post office, you would see it would be, oh, my head is in the way now. Oop. What the heck? Sorry about all that. $42.64. So 24 bucks versus $42. And you can see on here, actually, if I select this and ship it UPS ground, it's only going to be $19.63. So we can come over here and select UPS ground and see if you sucker. There we go, 1963. And let's see, let's just double check that fire truck for the heck of it. So the fire truck is 3 pounds 5 ounces. And it is 12 1/4 by 16.3. By 8.5, and you can see priority mail, that is going to be $41 freaking dollars, which is nuts. We are not doing that. We are going to do FedEx ground for $13.78. So makes it a whole lot easier on here. And then again, $53.99, and you can see I collected 30, 40, 50, and then I did free shipping on this one. So it's only going to cost me $2 to ship this, between collecting a little bit extra buffer on here. And for those of you who say like, hey, you're not supposed to charge extra or refund them that balance and all that, you pay your commission on that $30.65. So on $30.65, you're going to pay 13.5%. So it cost me an extra $4. So that $6 is really all I extra overcharged them. So just kind of be aware of that when you're looking at it. Then you can just click review purchase, confirm and pay, and then print. All right, for those curious, that's what it all looks like, packed and shipped and ready to go. So anyways, thanks for watching today. Hopefully this was enjoyable. If you enjoyed seeing the packing, make sure you leave me a like. Leave a comment down below. What was your favorite item of the day? And don't forget to subscribe on your way out. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Happy sales and peace.